Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Impact Generation. Okay, so before we go into today's topic, I'd like to ask you guys, have you guys checked my channel? If you haven't, the link will be down below in the description box, so go check it out. So you can see me here and see me over there also. So let's go into today's video. What we'll be treating today says honor thy parents. I'm very sure we all have this the understanding, of what I mean by honoring our parents, but I feel like we don't know deep down what this honoring really means. Why should we honor them? How can we dishonor them? What are the consequences if we don't honor our parents? And mind you, this also doesn't have to be our parents alone. I'm talking about the elderly people that are older, that can be our parents also, because there's so many so many people that I've seen out there that they don't pay attention to anybody older than them. So we are talking about our parents now and the people that are older than us. Now, God long ago gave a commandment to the children of Israel, and it's the only commandment with promise, giving honor to your parents. Now in Exodus 20 verse 12, the Bible says, honor your father and your mother so that you may live long in the land the Lord your God has given to you. Honor your father and mother. I'm honoring them now. I'm greeting them. I used to greet my parents. I listen to them sometimes. It is more than that. Now let's take a very deep look into what God actually has to say about honoring our parents. First of all, I want you to notice, have the understanding of why we should honor our parents. Why? Okay, you want me to honor my parents. Why should I honor them? Why? Is it because they gave birth to me, or this or that? No. Actually, because they gave birth to you. But the main reason we should honor them is because God said so. And I feel like that is enough, because He said it. There are so many people that, yes, parents give birth to children. They know that fact. These are my parents. They gave birth to me. But they don't listen to their parents. They don't give them that respect, the honor that they are due for. You understand what I'm saying? But the reason that should be at the back of your mind every time is that God said so, and that is it. We should have that fear that it was God that said this, so why should I go against it? Now, God said in the 10 commandments, and this is the big 10. We all know the 10 commandments. We know that this 10 commandments is the very big 10 there is. Do this, don't do this, do that, don't do that. And the number 5 of those 10 commandments is what? The honoring our parents. Honor your parents. That was what God said. Now God had a reason for giving us this command. Now it is in honoring our parents that we learn to respect authority, because God said so. And His reason is that when we learn to honor our parents, then we learn to respect authority. What do I mean by that? Most of us, some of us might be students, some might be working class. Yes, we might be working. Wherever we find ourselves, whether dealing with our teachers, our bosses, we actually have somebody in the higher position than us. We refer to those people as teachers, as boss, as this and as that. But there are some people that have teachers and they don't listen to their teachers. They feel that we're cool, our teacher is not cool enough. Or maybe your boss gave an instruction and they feel like when I have the time to do it, that's when I'll do it. Yes, my boss is not even around, so when I have the time, I'll do it. But if you have learned to honor your parents, then you will know how to respect authority from anybody that is above you. Take it or leave it, whether you are the CEO. Yes, we all want to be CEO. Yes, I pray that we all get to that point that we want, even more than that. But there are some circumstances that there will still be somebody that you will need to show respect to. That's what I'm saying. So if you learn to respect or to honor your parents, that is when you will have that great understanding that you have authority. You know how to respect authority. When authority comes to you, you do as you're told. You do it. Now, God says that if we honor our parents and follow his commandments, by default, in quotes, by default, it promises to give us two things. When I say by default, like, okay, God said we should follow this commandment by default. Don't just follow it anyhow. And sometimes I respect my parents. I do. I don't know. Sometimes if I remember to like kneel down to greet them, I do. Sometimes I greet them. But when they say by default, now let me give you this example for you to understand me perfectly. Why is it that when we want to eat, we pick the food and then it goes straight to our mouths? Why? Even while we are chatting, or we're watching the TV, or we're listening to music, how come we pick our food and then we eat and swallow? Why did we not shove it inside our nose or in our ear or the eyes? It's because we do it by default. It is part of us. It is in our senses that whenever I want to eat, it goes straight to my mouth. That is how this commandment should be to you. It should be by default. You're not even like, oh, I don't have to remember. Let it be something that is part of you. And if you can actually attempt that, like if you can actually have that, then God says it's going to give us two things. How many of you guys love food? Because I actually use food as an example because I love food so much. Okay, so like I was saying, so he said it's going to give us two things. Number one is long days and long life. It is there in that verse. Long days and long life. And then the second one is wellness in whatever land God is giving you. How perfect is that? When you know that you're going to have long life, long days, and then wellness. When I say wellness, when you're active, when you're of good health, there is nothing you will not be able to do. Yes, we all know that fact. So now imagine that you have all this wellness, you're in good shape, everything is working well, and then you know that you're going to have long life. How beautiful is that? I think the only prayer you need to actually be praying after that is, oh God, let these beautiful things that you have given me, these promises that you are showing me right now, let it last very long. Let it continue. Don't let me lose it. Things will be so easy. Yeah. So if we honor our parents, you get those things. It's like I can't give you money for free. You have to do something for me before I give you money. That's how it is. Do this and you get this. Deuteronomy 5 verse 16 says, honor your father and your mother as the Lord your God has commanded you, so that your days may be long and that it may go well with you in the land the Lord your God is giving you. Remember those two things. Long days and wellness in the land the Lord your God is giving you. Now, I'm sure people might be asking already, so, okay, how can I dishonor my parents? Because I'm confused. I do this, yeah, but like, is there a way I can dishonor them? I know you're thinking that right now. Yeah, you can dishonor your parents through these 2 steps I want to give you, these 2 ways. Number 1, cursing parents. I am not saying, curse straight away. You are stupid, you are mad. This no, that's not what I'm saying. Cursing your parents means you saying verbal words to them, like, okay, maybe you feel like they are troubling you. A lot of youths, or will I say children, they actually go through this sometimes. Yes, because I don't know, we feel like, some children feel like parents are just like a burden to them, and I don't know why. Like, I don't get it. There are people that you should love unconditionally. Yeah, you should love them. Now let's assume that you feel like your parents are frustrating you, or maybe they want you to do something and you don't want to do it. Then you'll be like, oh, what is even wrong? What's wrong with them? What is it? What is it? Your trouble is too much. Like how we Nigerians will say, your wala is too much. Look, your wala is too much. I don't like it. This. That is a way of cursing them, because you just said something not good out of your mouth to them, even if they might not hear you, because to their face you cannot say it. It's not possible. Yeah, but at their back, children say a lot of things to their parents. That is one way you can dishonor your parents. Now, Proverbs 20 verse 20 says, if someone curses their father or mother, their lamp will be snuffed out in pitch darkness. So why should we call that to ourselves? Why? What I've just read out now. Well, just try your best to love your parents unconditionally, because any parent that is doing is alright on a child, that child, you have to honor them, because what you're doing is you are bringing consequences upon yourselves, and I'm going to show you guys that consequences, or the consequence of you not honoring your parents. Proverbs 30:11-13 says, some people curse their father and do not thank their mother. They are pure in their own eyes, but they are filthy and unwashed. They look proudly around, casting disdainful glances. That's what I'm saying. Don't know what's wrong with them. What is that? They don't know. There are a lot of parents that will allow their kids do this, do that one. And I want to do this, and you're telling me to do that. You can't do that. I know you want to do what you want to do, but remember that they came to this world before you. People say that I don't know if it's a proverb or just a saying, but they say that adults, elderly people, your parents, people that are far older than you, can be your mother, your father, they came to this world before you, and they see. The reason why they say they've seen is because they've had experiences in the past. They've lived our lives. They've lived these youthful days that we are living, and they know what happened, how they survived it, what cost them. And if they say do this, do it. There was a time that my parents were trying to correct me on something. Then to me, I felt like this is the modern day. I was running my mouth there, blah blah blah, cha 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 cha. The modern day. Then it was the time. Please, this time, and this is what people do. I want to do it. And they kept talking and talking. Look, if you have parents that kept on, trying to infuse something into your brain, you should thank God, because some people don't have the opportunity, having somebody to correct them over and over and over again. And my parents continued. We were on this matter for days, and they were like, try and just sit down, think about what we are telling you, and just see if it works for you or not. Sit down, because you've not really thought about it deeply. And thank God they were able to convince me. If not, maybe what would have happened? Anyways, thank God. But what I'm just trying to say is, sit down and listen to them. They've seen it. They know. Give them that respect. Honor them. Then so you can receive what God has promised you. As simple as that. Number 2 is mocking parents. When you mock your parents. Yeah, again, you're saying mock. Why would I be laughing at my own? No. Okay, you understand now that in a certain time in our lives, you must have done it. Now listen to me. We can also show contempt for our parents by making fun of them, looking down on them, or speaking flippantly to them or about them. Now, what do I mean by flippantly? When you're laughing in a very serious atmosphere or situation. Let me give you guys an example. Let's assume that your parents called everybody. Okay, we want to have a conversation with you guys, and then your dad was talking, and then he said something, maybe a bad English word or very incorrect sentence, and then you be like and maybe your dad noticed, and it was like, why are you laughing? No, what is funny in this thing that I'm telling you? What's funny? You're like, no, daddy, you said no, that is not correct now. Why do you have to do that? When you're trying to be funny in a very serious atmosphere, no, that doesn't work. It doesn't. There are so many times that, oh, okay, our parents are playing, everybody, we are playing, we are joking, we laugh. Our parents say something funny, we laugh. Yes, that is different. Most parents do that with their kids. There are times that we have to laugh with everything. They might even say something not correct. We'll laugh together. But when it is a serious atmosphere, or maybe you are in a church. Let me use church as an example. You're in church, and then they called your mom. Maybe she's a minister in church, or they want her to come and say something on the podium, and then she goes to the podium, and then she said something, you know, a bad word again, and and your friend was sitting, and then your friend is laughing, you're laughing. Mom, I've told her it's not. I've told her it's not this, this, that one. Look, guys, it's very possible that you might have done that in the past. That's just it. Yes. But now I'm telling you that it is very, very, very bad. Okay, your mom made a mistake, your dad made a mistake. Your duty is to call them maybe after, maybe when you guys are home. Mom, you said something the other time. Oh, it is this, not this. Yes, that is you caring for them. That is you honoring them and doing the right thing. Not you causing problem. Being this, I don't know, disrespectful child. Don't be a disrespectful child. The Hebrew word for mocks in the verse says to laugh, to scorn. You know, that is what mock means. When you laugh at people. I don't even know what's funny. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, why are you laughing? What's funny? She said something that is bad. Or maybe or maybe the person is not even your mom or your dad. It's just an elderly person, and you still laugh at them. What is funny? What? There's nothing funny. What you should do is listen to what they're even saying. Maybe in that conference or the seminar or the class or wherever. Listen to what they're saying. Don't focus on, okay, somebody's making a mistake, somebody's shoe is bad, somebody's clothes is torn. No. So these are the two ways you can dishonor your parents. Please and please try to avoid this. Try. I don't know, this proverb, they say this proverb in a Yoruba, they say that it is in the heart of children that madness lives. It's true, because there's so many things that we do, youth do, that marvels me. Like, even sometimes I'll do something, I'll be like, what is your problem? What is living in you? Damn. So guys, let us be careful. Like, let us just be careful. That's just what we need. If we want these good things that God has promised us, be very, very careful in dealing with parents or elderly people. Now, let's go to the consequences. Now, the only consequence, I read it in the previous Bible text that we read the other time. The only consequence to you dishonoring your parents is what? Is death. That's it. Yeah, don't be scared. Just thank God that we're not even living in those Bible time. Hey, there are so many children that will be dead by now. Yeah, because a lot of things, thank God for grace, a lot of things that okay, you have to forgiveness again. God says, okay, go on, it's fine, but don't go back to it. Okay, that's what I want. Now that I've told you, and then you now have the understanding of this commandment, you should work on it. Now, Leviticus 20 verse 9 says, anyone who curses their father or mother is to be put to death, because they have cursed their father or mother, and their blood will be on their own head. To be on your head. If they put out the child, the blood is on you. It's not on anybody. You caused it and they punished you. Matthew 15 verse 4 says, honor your father and mother, and anyone who curses their father or mother is to be put to death. So many verses in the Bible talked about this, honoring parents. So guys, I want you guys to put all these things in action. Okay, I have to follow these commandments by default, and God will do this. Okay, if I don't do this, this will happen. How can I go against God's commandments? Okay, by doing this, by doing that. Okay, I'm going to run away from it. I'm not going to do it. Okay, and you see that everything will work perfectly well. So guys, this is the end of the video. I hope once again I've been able to communicate something to you guys. I hope you learned a little. Yeah, and I hope you learned everything that I've said. Yeah, thank you so much guys for listening to me and watching me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.